Hey everybody, welcome to Brad's Gadgets. I recently bought the brand new Instamic Pro Plus stereo wireless Bluetooth microphone and audio recorder. I'm going to put it to the test and tell you everything you need to know about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly with this microphone.
Stick around and check it out.
So what is the Instamic Pro Plus, you ask? Well, it's a wireless microphone for your phone apps and streaming. That's also an audio recorder. Plus, it has Bluetooth connectivity capabilities to connect right to your Insta360 or other cameras that support it. The Pro Plus version just released in the beginning of October, replacing the sold-out Instamic Pro. Now, it has many pros, but it has a lot of cons too, which I'll cover a little later in this video. Let's start with the pros. This thing is super tiny, measuring in at 1.5 inches by 1 inch by half an inch, and has 16 gigabytes of onboard memory. There are no memory card slots, so you cannot expand the memory. But 16 gigs should be plenty of room before you have to delete files to make more recording space. Being so small, my only worry is that if it fell on the floor, it might get vacuumed up. The specs on this mic are pretty impressive, and they come in two versions, a mono and a stereo version, with a difference of about $25 between the two. Both versions have a 4 microphone array, and the stereo version has an additional 2 lateral mics. The Instamic records in 32-bit float format, and the site claims 28 hours of recording time. With a battery life of 3.5 hours, it can't support that long of a recording session, so you'll have to use an external source of power. A full recharge takes about an hour and 15 minutes. The mic is waterproof to IP67 standards, meaning only 1 meter deep for 30 minutes, so rain won't be a problem. But I'm not sure why you'd want a microphone underwater anyways. There's also an app for both iOS and Android. Now, you're listening to me right now on the recorded version of the Instamic, so I'm recording directly to this little unit itself, then I'll sync in post. Just in case there's an issue with it, I do have my Rode wireless mic as well as a backup. So if I do have to switch for any reason, it'll be down in the corner which mic I'm using right now. Physically, the Instamic is covered in a soft touch black matte rubber coating. On the front are 3 LEDs that change color to indicate power, storage, and recording levels. On the bottom of the unit is a USB micro charging port to either charge the mic or connect it to a computer. There are several mounting options for the Instamic included, which are Velcro, a sticky adhesive, and a magnetic quick release clip, one of each in black. Optionally, there is also a GoPro mount available to buy separately and comes with rubber O-rings to ensure the Instamic stays firmly attached. Performance-wise, you get high-quality audio streaming, 48 kHz, for in-app video and audio recording. There's also a hands-free profile of 16 kHz, compatible with Facebook Live, Instagram Live, Filmic Pro, Movie Pro, etc. The Instamic is also the only wireless mic I'm aware of that can Bluetooth connect to the Insta360 line of cameras. Connecting to my Insta360 One R is pretty easy. In the option menu on the camera, you just go into AirPods and click on Connect to Other Device. Instamic will automatically show up and simply click on it to be paired as a wireless microphone. However, you have to do this every time you turn the camera on, as it will not remember the device. All this functionality sounds pretty impressive, doesn't it? Well, it kind of is and it kind of isn't. I was pretty disappointed in finding out that the Instamic cannot do any 3 of its functions at the same time, meaning you can't internally record audio while Bluetooth to a video device. I thought I'd be able to record to the Instamic itself and my camera at the same time to have backup audio in case either became corrupt. But it's only one function or the other with this mic, which wouldn't be so bad if you could just switch between them. You literally have to go into your Bluetooth settings, forget the device, and pair it again every time you want to change its function. Not a big deal if you're going to keep it on one function or the other, but if you plan to switch between them often, it's a real nuisance. So who is the product good for? It's good for the beginner YouTuber who doesn't want to spend a lot of money on a separate audio recorder and a microphone. It's also beneficial to anyone who wants a Bluetooth microphone in a small space, like maybe a motorcycle helmet or a face shield. Users of the Insta360 line of cameras that want better quality audio and retain it being waterproofed, this is the mic for you. You don't need to use the external mic adapter from Insta360, which causes the little door to be kept open, therefore exposing the internals and making the camera now not waterproof. Because let's face it, any onboard microphone on any camera is pretty abysmal for the most part. I have yet to find a good microphone that's on board. But Brad, what about the sound quality? How does it sound? I'm glad you asked. Let's take it out in the real world and try some examples recording to the Instamic internal recorder, which I'm doing right now, and then using it as a wireless mic, and then I'm going to give the exact same samples using the Rode Wireless Go. Let's go check it out. Alright, so full disclosure here, this is my second Instamic Pro Plus. Here's my first. The test results I got with the first were absolutely abysmal. So I contacted Instamic and they sent me a replacement. Okay, so now we're finally paired with the 4K mod. On my right chest here, I've got the Instamic, and on the left here, I've got the Rode Wireless Go. And I'm going to try to do a voice comparison between the two. So currently, I'm standing at 3.7 feet away from the Insta360 1R. This Bluetooth on the Instamic requires a direct line of sight, but we're going to try turning around and seeing if we still have some connection. So, and this is what my voice sounds like. Now, this Bluetooth on the Instamic requires a direct line of sight, but we're going to try turning around and seeing if we still have some connection. So, at 3.7 feet, this is what my voice sounds like using the Instamic, and I will now replay on the Rode Wireless Go. 5 more big steps away, and I'm currently at 15.4 feet from the camera, and this is what my voice sounds like on the Instamic microphone. 5 more big steps away, and I'm currently at 15.4 feet from the camera, and this is what my voice sounds like. This is visual line of sight, by the way, obviously. Now, without visual line of sight, this is what my voice sounds like on the Instamic, and I will replay it on the Rode Wireless Go. And I will replay it on the Rode Wireless Go. Now, I'm at my max distance for this test anyways. I'm at 35.4 feet. This is what my voice sounds like using the Instamic, and I will replay again with the Rode Wireless Go. Now, I'm at my max distance for this test anyways. I'm at 35.4 feet. This is what my voice sounds like. Now, visual line of sight. I have the Instamic right here, and if you can't hear anything, then, well, I guess you'll hear it on the replay with the Rode Wireless Go. And now, non-visual line of sight. I have the Instamic right here, and if you can't hear anything, then, well, I guess you'll hear it on the replay with the Rode Wireless Go. So, hopefully that is recording, because the Instamic was being very temperamental in connecting to my Insta360. So, hopefully that is recording, because the Instamic was being very temperamental in connecting to my Insta360. Instamic on my right hand side of my chest here, and I've got the Rode Wireless Go a little more closer to the center, and I'm gonna test out both and see what. So now I'm on LED test, and I've got the Rode Wireless Go on this side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this back. You've been listening to me on the Instamic first, and I'm gonna play it back with the Rode Wireless Go, and in the bottom corner you'll see which microphone I'm actually on and what you're listening to. The idea behind this though is so see if we can pick up any road noise, maybe even some wind noise, and just listening to my voice and seeing how these microphones compare to each other. hopefully that works. I'm going to stop and mount the Insta360 on the hood. Alright, so now I've got the Insta360 1R on the hood of my car, and we're going to test this out to see if the Instamic will connect to the microphone. Oh, the car here. Lovely. Anyways, okay, so now we've got the Insta360 1R mounted on the hood of my car. We've got the Instamic and the Rode Wireless Go recording. I have line of sight on the Instamic, so I'm hoping that there'll be definitely some I'm hoping that there will be absolutely zero interference. Now, that being said, this will tell the test, I think for me, if the Instamic is really recording to the Insta360 1R, or if I was just picking up audio otherwise. So I don't know if the Bluetooth is going to go through the window and it'll still be clear, but well, I'm hoping so.
Now, I've also connected AirPods to the Insta360 and I get absolutely clean audio. So I know it's not the camera. So one of the other features that this microphone does is you can Bluetooth to your phone. And currently I'm recording to my phone and I'll sync in post. And that way you can see, or hear, I guess you'd say, the quality of the audio when you Bluetooth it to your phone as a recorder. So that's the three functions of the Instamic Pro Plus. Is you can record to itself, you can record to your phone or some other device, or you can use it as a hands-free device to, say, an Insta360 1R or 1X2 or something like that. Now, on to the cons. This product has a lot of cons with it. With all of the overall selling features, it seems like this unit is jam-packed. It's not without the caveats of having those functions though. Within my 4 weeks of owning this mic, I've encountered numerous issues. First one being that right out of the box, I started recording to the Instamic and I couldn't get it to stop. I tried everything and it was unresponsive. I had to let the battery die out, and the next morning I had a massive audio file stored on the internal memory. I hadn't updated the firmware at this point, so I thought that maybe that's the issue. I'm not going to go into the lack of clarity on the Instamic website on how to upgrade the firmware, but it took me a while to figure out what they were trying to tell me. Once the update was done, I could not switch between Bluetooth function and the internal recording. It kept wanting to start recording, would go to measuring, then back to ready to record. I finally found the fix on their website's knowledge base, where I had to format the internal memory again. Next, while making several recordings, no matter what I set the decibel gains to, it seemed as though the audio was either too quiet or too loud, with each recording being different, but retaining the same settings. I'm assuming this is due to the measuring it does before the actual recording. The fact that this wasn't the same each time I hit record, but yet I was still in the same environment, tells me that this function is not very accurate or needs some serious re-encoding, or maybe I've got a bum device. The app itself has a lot to be desired. First of all, there's a counter for syncing that counts down as soon as you open the app. Maybe I don't quite understand this function, but it's very confusing to me. I mean, if I needed a sync counter, why not start when I hit record? This just might be me though, and I'd like the option to hide that counter. The counter is also different between the different screens, depending on what I select. But instructions aren't very clear, and the UI isn't very stable or intuitive in my opinion. In conclusion, the Instamic is great in idea, but execution of its functions left a lot to be desired, especially for the price of this thing. The stereo unit here costs $219 US or $271 Canadian at the time of shooting this video. Personally, I'd like to see seamless switching between functions, consistency in recording levels, and not having to keep pairing with the same phone over and over and over again. While its form factor is one of its selling points, it's very frustrating to use right now. Ideally, it should just work for the end user. You shouldn't have to use all these workarounds to get it to do what you paid for it to do. With the upcoming release of the DJI wireless mic system, the already available and popular Rode Wireless Go, and countless other wireless microphone systems out on the market today, the Instamic really needs to pull up its pants to get in the game and be a serious contender. I think that the problems with this unit can be easily addressed with firmware updates, but right now it doesn't feel like it's a finished, polished product upon release. Now, to be equally fair, the Instamic team is a small startup that originally was born from crowdfunding, and they're continuously improving the development. It has come a long way, but it still has a far way to go. Until these issues are addressed, I won't say this microphone is fit for the shit pit just yet. So far, I cannot rely on it, though, to be working flawlessly when I need it to be. I'm a firm believer in you get what you pay for, and in my opinion, reliability and consistency have not been made into this product as of yet. Perhaps in future firmware updates it will be. Unless you need it for the Insta360 cameras, there's many better and cheaper options out there. I'll keep using this mic only for my Insta360 1R, while my main source will continue to be my Rode Wireless Go. It's not a terrible microphone, it's just not where I thought it should be. With all the bugs worked out for the price point, it's still a work in progress. So knowing that, hopefully this review has helped you determine if the Instamic Pro Plus is for you or not. Tell me down in the comments below if you've experienced any issues with your Instamic, or which way you decided to go after watching this video. I'm curious to see if I helped you decide one way or the other. As of filming this video, I get no monetary value from it, nor do I receive any products to test out. They're always bought with my own money, and my reviews are truly unbiased. So I hope to have helped you out, and maybe you could leave a like and a subscribe to see more videos like this. And as always, well, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Now I just paired it with my phone and I set it to 22 decibels. It looks like we're almost getting 3 bars finally. 3 LEDs. So I'm hoping that's going to be a lot better. This thing needs some serious work. It's more frustrating than useful.